Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Up to 11 podcast. And it is another concert review here, guys. Episode number 7 of season 1. I'm going to try and put that in every time I do this now. It's a concert review of the Vaccines live at Wulfrun Hall in Wolverhampton. If you don't know where that is, it's in Birmingham-ish. Next, about 200 meters from Molyneux, if that narrows it down. You literally walk out the front door of the Wulfrun, and literally go up the road, and then in like 100 meters, 200 meters, you will you probably will see the Molyneux anyway, but it's like right in front of you, where Wolverhampton Wanderers play. But it's next door to the other, like, very well-known place called the Civic, the Wolverhampton Civic. They recently had refurbishments after COVID. Both places had refurbs done, and they look really good, really lovely. This is the first time I've been to the Wulfrun Hall, but I've seen images of the old how it looked before, and yeah, it looks 10 times better. And the Civic, wow, the Civic looks top notch. I'll tell you a little bit about that location and my whole history with these two locations in a little while. But let's talk about why we are here. Let's talk about the Vaccines. So the Vaccines, I've been a fan of theirs for many years. I've been listening to them since when they first started out as a band. With What Do You Expect from the Vaccines? I have that album. I remember I bought it. One of my very first albums I ever bought with my own money. Pocket money, should I say? Back in like 2011, whenever it came out. I'd always have it on. I'd always listen to Wetsuit, Post Breakup Sex, A Lack of Understanding, just the whole album. I'd listen to it on the way home from school all the time. Two Door Cinema Club, I'd always put the intro song on from the XX and VCR. Oh, watch this on VCRs. Man, the XX are top notch as well. Two Door Cinema Club, yeah. The 1975, the Wombats, these indie rocks that I would listen to. The Maccabees. Oh, the Maccabees are another one. Oh, damn. Really influenced my music growing up. Well, in my teens anyway, because that's when I started to not listen to like chart music. I stopped listening to it. On the way home from school, I remember walking home and always have this sort of the same tunes on all the time. So I'd always have You from the 1975 with Sex on as well. There was a few tunes I would always listen from their first album. Robbers, yeah. I said a few of the XX songs, but I listened to the whole the first album from the Vaccines on repeat all the time because they're short and sweet songs. So I'd probably would be able to listen to the whole album, and I'd have just got home as I'm like on the last track or two. So yeah, and if it weren't for if I'm gonna put it down on the start of this, but like those bands were like my kind of what they weren't just It weren't just these guys, but if it wasn't for them guys, these bands, I wouldn't. I remember I used to just obviously have the tunes on, and I remember walking home from school and just I was off on another. I was off somewhere else and thinking to myself, life's not all bad because I suffered with a load of bullying and anxiety, and I would probably say depression in high school. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but I do believe I had depression when I was growing up. I just didn't think about it too much, really, if you know what I mean. I have a mum and dad that love me very much and are very supportive, and yeah, so and I always thought to myself, it was always in the back of my mind, you know, and then obviously these guys were an out for me, and other bands as well, but these guys were predominantly there for me during high school times, especially around like the 2011, 12, 13, when yeah, school was getting a bit too much, I'd say. Anyway, sorry to start off with such a depressing note, but yeah. So the vaccines at the Wolfrun Hall, they've got a few more shows left of the tour. Their support, crap. Who are their support? Damn. One sec. Um, something. One of them was called Delivery, and the other. Oh, Truman. I should I should have like took pictures of. Hang on, it'll be on their Instagram, won't it? Let's have a look. Sorry, this is a great start, eh? To the so ah no oh yeah, here you go. That's the dude. Um, no, that's the dude that was singing who was on first. Um, oh, he must have collabed with it. Um, must have collabed with him. Hang on. Oh no, that's. I have no clue. Um, what the hell? Let me have a look. Let me have a look. I don't have a clue now. Oh, I'm a bit annoyed. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, oh, on the tour poster, T. Truman, I think, and then yeah, T. Yeah, it says T. Truman. It's like squiggly and horrible. Yeah, they're doing Latin America. T. Truman. Uh, he was like really cool. I actually really enjoyed him. Um, he was like a slight disco vibe to him. Um, uh, he also had like he looked a bit like Prince, only very slightly. He looked a bit like Prince, especially when he had his his guitar. I was like, I said to you, I was like, he looks a bit like Prince. I'm not gonna lie, and he was good. He had like the sunglasses on, suit, tie, and shades on with a tash, like the porno tash, and yeah, it was dancey. It was poppy. It was. I can't really put my word. I can't really put my. Can't really think of it. I thought. Oh, honestly, I looked at that. I was like, the time stopped. Sorry, I thought I was like, I'm not recording. I am. Looked really dead slow there. So yeah, he was good. I can't put a genre on him whatsoever. Yeah, he was good. He was good. Delivery were an Aussie band who were fantastic. They had guitar. So bear with. Let's get the easy one out of the way. They had a drummer who I think might have been the roadie slash like um like tech as well. The roadie, because he was, to be fair, he was only taking his stuff off the stage. I mean, as a drummer, you would probably do that anyway, regardless. But he was mainly taking his stuff away and helping the crew out. So I like that. But it's what you have to do, unfortunately, when you're an up and coming band and stuff. But they came from all the way from Australia, from down under. So yeah, they had the drummer, they had a male. Sorry, no, right. So they had one guy on guitar and vocals. Then they had a girl on normal guitar singing as well. They had a girl on bass, if I remember as well, who also sang, and another guitarist, I believe. And they all came dressed out like they all came dressed as aliens. Couldn't get my words out then. Oh, here you go. They all came out dressed like aliens. I'm just looking at their Insta story. Ah, yeah, two female, two male guitarists, and the drummer. They were good. I really enjoyed them. They were like a bit punk rockish. Punk. They were punk. Yeah. I can't really say anything else. They were punk, and yeah, they were good. I really enjoyed them. Um, they reminded me of another Aussie punk rock band called the Snuts, uh, which was kind of weird. I said to you, I was like, remember that song called Six Later GTR? I can't remember who they support for. I'm gonna have to Google that. The Snuts rock band. I thought they were Aussies, not Scottish. Who's Oh, the Chats. Oh, the Chats. I was close. The Chats. Yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Saw their back. Australia punk rock band, yeah, from the Sunshine Coast, Queensland. Yes. Ah, it sounds as shed rock. There you go. It sounded like they sounded a bit like that. Oh, speaking of which, they're actually playing there next month. They're playing at the same place that we went to. Playing, if you want to go see them, they're playing at the Wulfrun Hall on the 3rd of December and at Rock City on the 4th of December in Nottingham. Those are near me, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think that I mean, I mean, they were okay. I wouldn't probably listen to them. Shed rock isn't really my type of vibe. It reminds me of like old Green Day, like um, like very first Green Day vibes. Um, like the first two albums, like Plunk and what was that other album they did? Reminds me of those two albums. So yeah, that's gonna bug me now. I want to know who they were support. It might have been Green Day. Oh no, no, they had a girl band and Nothing But Thieves. Um, I'm trying to think now. Who were they support for? Was it last year or the year before? Um, I'm just having a look, guys. Bear with. Okay, that's way too early. So, uh, it's got to be last year, isn't it? It's got to be last year. Oh, I was about to say the S word there. They were support for Queens of the Stone Age, if I remember correctly. November. Yeah. Yeah. Just Gordon Bennett. I got just looking at their set list from the show they did when we went to see Queens of the Stone Age. Some of the songs, Jesus, Nazi March. What a name for a song. Um, Sex Lady GTR. That's the only song I know. Namboard. Whoa. Okay. Billy Backwash Wash Day. Okay. So some of this. Anyway. Yeah. Queens of the Stone Age. Kind of weird. I was I was way off. Oh, hang on. It was Amelie and the something or other for Green Day. Amelie and the Sniffers, who were support for Green Day when they did the Hella Mega tour. I remember that. Who were an Australian pub rock and punk band. There you go. It's kind of weird. I've seen 3 Australian punk rock bands in the past couple of years. Who thought, eh? The new punk wave of no, what's how the new wave of Australian punk rock. Hey, there you go. I've made a whole new genre. So the vaccines. Let's get to the vaccines now. The vaccines were awesome, as I've said. I've seen them before. I did have their set list up. I've just got rid of it. Lovely jubbly. Sorry. I got rid of their set list. So, with it being Halloween themed, they came out dressed as ghosts. It was hilarious. Kind of seeing. I can't get that. I can't get it out of my head now. I cannot get it out of my head. They had some of the crew with, um, like they're carrying someone, those type of suits. And when they came on with the ghost like white sheets, all you could see was Justin's eyes and his like mouth, and it was hilarious watching them do the first song, which they in for style they played Ghost Town, which isn't an opening, isn't an opener for them. I'm not gonna lie, but it was good. 24 songs, damn. No God was a fan requested. It. I don't think it was. Was it? I know. I remember people shouting it. Sorry. They had 23 songs. The Slim Shamrock intro doesn't really count, does it? That's more of an intro of music. Then they played Love to Walk Away, Wrecking Bar. Huh? No, they played. I'm pretty sure they played Wrecking Bar, then Love to Walk Away. I can't remember. Bloody hell. I Can't Quit. They jumped into Post Breakup Sex, Wetsuit, Your Love is my favourite band, Discount de Kooning, which is one of my favourite song tracks ever. And oh, so the songs from the pickup, the Pick Up Full of Pink Carnations album, some of the tunes on that are fantastic. Like they send me to a different planet, to a different world, and uh, so that song is my favorite from the whole album. They played The Dreamer. They only played one song from me. Oh, actually, yes, there was a guy. It was three girls in the front, and they had like a little sign saying this is their 14th show, I think it was, or 20th show, seeing the vaccines. And it also read, "How? Why are you afraid to play songs from English Graffiti?" Their third album, which doesn't get played very often because they only play Dream Lover, Handsome, and maybe Minimal Affection. Hang on, is that from that English Graffiti, or is that from the different tune? Uh, uh, Minimal Affection's on English Graffiti, is it? Yeah, Minimal Affection. Oh, I wish they played Dream Lover, man. I love that tune from that album. Um, then Headphones, Baby. Jump Off the Top of the World. So they played two songs from Back in Love City together, which was nice. Jump Off the Top. To be honest, those two songs got a pretty big like crowd like jumping really, which is cracking. No Hope kicked off with Handsome, then Heartbreak Kid, Teenage Icon, I Always Knew, If You Wanna. Then they finished off with All in White. And then they came back on for an encore, did Sometimes I Swear. Then they played Wolfpack as a nice little nod for Halloween. Uh, we can compare them with we can compare it with the other set list actually. Yeah, because I want to see what other songs they played. So, damn. Um, Well, let's go for the Roundhouse. What did they play at the Roundhouse? Yeah, they actually played the same. Did they play the same? No, that they played a Lack of Understanding at the Roundhouse. Damn. Wish they played that. Never mind. It was on it. It says here for the Roundhouse, not on printed set list. Fan requested. Baboom. Lovely. Oh, that's yeah. Fair enough. What about the? I'm having a look at their other one. Oh, they played Take It Easy at in Norwich. The Engine Shed in Lincoln. They played Take It Easy as well. That was all they. HMV Empire in Cov. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. No, they didn't play anything different. Middlesbrough Town Hall. Um, yeah, they haven't really changed the set list. Really. What about Scarborough? The night before. No. Damn. They, to be fair, they played two more songs for us by lots of things as well. They've been playing 21 songs at other places, and they've played 22. They played Wolfpack, and obviously they played Norgard for us. Nice. Yeah, so for the encore was Sometimes I Swear, Wolfpack, Lunar Eclipse, All My Friends Are Falling in Love, and then obviously the fan requested Norgard, and it was an instrumental because Justin went off stage. So yeah. So yeah. Excuse me. I'm a bit knackered now. So yeah, that's the gigs for this week. So the other shows that they're playing, the vaccines are playing. So they're playing. They've got three more shows for the UK. They're playing in Bournemouth, Cardiff, and Bath, and then they're off to they're heading to Reykjavik, Iceland, then Mexico, Bogota, Colombia, um, Medellin, Colombia, somewhere in Peru, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Santiago, Chile, Philly, in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania, Brooklyn, New York, Boston, Massachusetts, in the US, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver, Vancouver, Canada, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, California, and Los Angeles, California. And that takes them to February next year. Cool. They kicked off the autumn tour in Paris at the Le Cigale. That's a nice venue, apparently. And they played in Orleans, France. I'm going to have to Google where that is because I have no clue where that is. Lausanne, Switzerland. Madrid, Spain. Barcelona, Spain. The Aix province in France. Bordeaux in France. And then the rest were here. So yeah, nice. So yeah, let's talk about um the location, shall we? So the Wolfrun Hall and the Civic Hall are connected together. They're all part of the same building. I think I said in the beginning, I'd hate to be because Ben Howard was on in the Civic tonight. And obviously the vaccines of the Wolfrun Hall. If the Civic Hall was foot empty, I reckon the vaccines could have easily have done a show in the Civic because I feel that they could have done bigger shows. Because I think they're pretty big here, especially in the UK. But sorry, only a few shows are sold out, if I remember. Um, trying to, there we go. That's the one. So their London show is sold out. The Lincoln show, the Norwich show, the Coventry show, um, the Bournemouth and Cardiff show was sold out. So the Wolverhampton one though, they didn't have low tickets. So yeah, yeah, maybe it probably would have been a push for them to do the slightly bigger places, because the Wolfram Hall, I think, can hold just over 1,000 people, and the Civic can do over double that, like two and a half. I think, like close to 3,000. Um, I'm guessing, like, yeah, where you can just bloody go on the website. Venue info, yeah, that's the one. Venue history. Ooh. So, uh, oh, I don't really want that. I want that drop down menu to go. No, never mind, eh? Never mind. Oh, oh, never mind. Oh my god, that's big. Now for that. I know that's the Wolfram Hall. So yeah, for the Wolfram, you've got the stalls, which is the standing area, and then you've got a small balcony with a few seats. Probably about 100 seats, I'd say. Actually, probably less than that. Probably about 70 seats or so. So, oh, more than that. Hang on, 25, 25. It has them numbered on the seating plan. So it has 4 rows. Each row's got 25 each. So yeah, I was about right. And then you've got a couple of more rows on the middle section where you've got 10 seats. So 110 people can fit on the balcony, plus wheelchair accessibility for. But yeah, the Civic's massive. You've got the normal standing, then you've got two balconies. It only had one before the renovations. So yeah, really cool, really funky, really funky. Yeah, so here we go. Capacities. So standing, the the uh, the Civic holds 3,408 people, with 2,000 in stalls, 516 circle, 190 circle side standing, and 358 balcony. 2,346 seated. and then a load of other random numbers. I'm sorry, I'm not going to name out for you. Oh, excuse me. Mm. And then the Wulfrun Hall. It holds, so if in its seating configuration, 114 seated. Oh, that includes disabled. So 116 seats were on the balcony. Looking up there, didn't look like there was 116 seats. That's mad. Anyway, yeah. So all in all, for seated 114 people. So that's balcony and stalls for like seats. But for standing, 1,200 people in the stalls, 116 in on the balcony. So 1,316 people altogether. So that's a lot of bums, isn't it? 100, 698 bums. Well, 814 bums. Excuse me. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, 1,300 people. It's a good little venue. Good venues, I would say. Both the Civic Hall and the Wulfrun. Scouting for Girls are there actually next Friday. Interpol. Oh, Interpol at the Civic Hall tonight, actually, on the 1st of November. But, nah. The Bob Dylan? Or is that... That can't be the Bob Dylan, can it? C6 Steve. Fountains DC. Anthrax and Creta. Creta? Yeah, Creta. Yeah, just have a look at Shawaddy Waddy. Blimey. Shawaddy Waddy. 50th anniversary. Damn. Of Shawaddy Waddy. Uh, anyway. So, yeah, they had a load of renovations for both places, and you can tell it looks really nice on the inside and the outside, because they've put new barriers up for like road barriers, like big old metal barriers that come up. Damn it! I tried to get this just under 40 minutes. We're just about to reach that 40-minute level, that 40-minute mark. But yeah, um, it was kind of full circle for me coming back to Wolverhampton for a gig, because I haven't been here. I haven't been to Wolverhampton for a gig in any of the locations for can you believe it, 20 years. My first ever concert in Wolverhampton was at the Civic Hall many moons ago, in the Civic Hall of said place. And I can't remember the exact date, but it was definitely 2004. Um, went to see Whitesnake. I remember it very well. I went with my dad. I went with my uncle Roll, and I think my uncle Roll's son. It was my first time seeing a rock and roll band like the band I saw. I saw Whitesnake, of all bands. So it was, I think, just before Christmas, in 2004, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. I can't remember what day it was, because there's a few dates. There's the 30th of November, and then there's the something of October. One second. What was it? That it couldn't have been that. No, no. Oh no, it was for Forevermore. No, it was Early Doors. It was for the Live in the Still of the Night tour. I remember it very well indeed. I was 6 years of age. We had balcony. We were on the balcony, and it was loud. I tell you, it was loud. And I fell in love with rock and roll on that day, and I've never looked back. And since then, I think we've seen Whitesnake once more. I'd love to see Whitesnake one more time before they eventually. Well, I don't think David Coverdale can do any more touring. He's I think his age is caught up with him, which is a real shame. But yes. Um, so yeah, the Civic Hall, November 30th, 2004, or it was October the 11th of the same year. It might, I think it was the last one, if I remember. If I remember. I'm on my way, going home. My bags are packed and I'm ready to go. Yeah, it was for, I think it was that date, their final show, if I remember, because I think there was a lot of Christmas stuff going on. There was no Halloween stuff, it was just mainly Christmassy stuff out. If I remember, they actually had a Christmas tree in the foyer, if I remember, of the Civic. Um, so yeah, 20 years ago, in 4 weeks, would have been my first ever rock and roll show. Full circle, people. Full circle. It's nice. Nice to reminisce about those things. Just looking at the set list now. They played Burn, Stormbringer, Deep Purple cover, Bad Boys, Love Ain't No Stranger. Are you ready or willing? I said, are you ready or willing? We are. I wanna be loved. Don't wanna be teased. I love that tune. They don't play that very often. Is This Love? Give Me All Your Love. Judgment Day. Judgment Day is a tune. Doug Aldridge guitar solo. Crying in the Rain. I do believe Tommy did a drum solo, if I remember correctly. Towards the end of Crying in the Rain. Ain't no Love in the City. Don't Break My Heart Again. Fall for Your Loving. Here I Go Again. Take me with you. I will give you everything a woman needs. Still of the Night. And they ended with Soldier of Fortune. I'm not going to sing it because I need a really great voice for that. I guess I'll always be your soldier of fortune. Man, David Coverdale, please do one more tour. I'd love to go see you guys again for the last time. I love Whitesnake. I think Whitesnake are my favourite rock and roll band of all time. I think just because I was brought up on that type of music, and my very first memories, it might have been my second ever gig. I could be completely wrong. It might have been my third ever gig. I can't remember that far back. I remember Busted. I do believe that was my very first gig. Whitesnake could have been my second or my third. But I've slept since then, everybody, and I kind of remember. So the vaccines, all in all, were good. They rocked the house down, and I had to bloody put my fingers in my ears half the time to like, because it was loud. It was very loud. I think it was because it was in a small room, like the Huna were at the sugar mill a couple of days ago. Um, but yeah, Halloween, a concert on Halloween is always good. You have people dressing up and stuff, and yeah, it was cracking. Really cool. So I think I'm going to end this one here, guys. First of all, let's do the ratings, shall we? I was going to do ratings. I did the ratings for the Huna, but I was just about to forget to do them. So I can't remember what ratings we were doing. So overall show, venue, and I can't. And we were doing it out of like five, weren't we? I was doing it out of five. So the show was a 4.8 out of five. The show. Um, I don't know. The 0.2 was just me being really, really picky. Uh, they could have maybe played a tiny bit more. Maybe, I don't know. They came off stage, I think, about 10:35, or no, they came on stage at 9:15. Um, it might have been like 20 to 11. They came off stage, something like that. Yeah, they could have played more from English Graffiti. Um, and I'm really being picky there, but they did play one, but I think, yeah, but obviously it was for the Pickup Full of Pink Carnations album. It was for the tour really of that album. So yeah. So venue. Let's pick venue. To be fair, it was nothing could have gone wrong. If I'm being honest, nothing went wrong. It was a very civilized gig. Everyone behaved themselves, apart from this knobhead that was next to Ewan. I think he might have been touching up this girl who looked pretty young. I won't lie. And there was like a nice bit of room for her to like. She was behind this really tall guy, and I was like, I think I tried to like point in front of us, like there's room here, there's room here. Um, so I'd give the venue a 4 out. Oh, actually, no, I think it was a cracking venue. So I'll give it a 4.5. I don't know what I'm giving the 0.5 for. Maybe I think just it was a. Oh, do you know? I got warm eventually because I was sweating. Um, maybe the pricing. There you go. Yeah, the pricing of the beer and the drinks. I think I bought two drinks, £11 something. It cost me a beer. The beer that I had was beer Moretti. To be fair, it was like 5 or 6 quid for a pint. So, which, in all things considering, isn't that bad. And I got it just in time actually, because I literally went to go put the stuff at the bar, because you can actually take the plastic cups to the bar, because they actually reuse them, which is great. And I was like, shit, there's a load of people here, a load of people in the bar area, because it's like separate to, it's just to the right, like in, I can't really describe it. So you've got the hall, and then you've got the left, which is the thingy. So, um, yeah, I don't think I could give anything wrong for the venue. Um, I think just prices wise, we got out perfectly. Yeah, I don't think anything can go wrong. It was run perfectly. So yeah, experience. To be honest, I'll give it a 5 across the board. I think. Yeah. The only thing that lets it down is them playing not enough. Just saying. They needed to play. Maybe another one from English Graffiti, Minimal Affection, or Dream Lover. Dream Lover would have been good. Would have been good. When I close my eyes, I got another dream lover. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything bad, so I think I'll end it here, guys. Um, I would totally recommend the Vaccines. They are a good band. They're an indie rock band from London, and yeah, I'm hoping they can get like a bit more of a bigger following because they're actually really, really good. Um, and it's a shame they're not doing bigger venues, but it is what it is. Because especially after from what I expect from the Vaccines, that their debut album, I think, got like platinum, if I'm not mistaken. Their debut album got, I think, to number one, if I'm not mistaken. Official. One last thing, yeah, official charts company. So, oh, that was close. I just nearly knocked over the bloody mic. Then you probably wouldn't have been able to hear anything except for like a little something or other. So the Vaccines, yeah, album. What do you expect from the Vaccines? It was the it's the only one that's. Oh, hang on. Oh, um, okay, yeah. The official charts. What do you expect from the Vaccines? It's the only one that's reached the charts, really. The other ones haven't, which is a shame. Not even come of age, really. That was because that wasn't quite. Sorry, it was an anticipated album, seeing as they had such a big first album, debut album. It got the top four of March 2011. Yeah, its peak position was number 4 on the album charts. What about singles chart? No? Hmm. So, yeah, 6. So, songs, they've only had 6 songs in the top 40. So, post breakup sex was 32. Uh, Peak 35 for If You Wanna. Norgod got 84th. Its peak. No Hope was 37 in the top 40. Teenage Icon just got into the top 40. Melody Calling was 44. And Handsome got 74th as peak. Oh, why didn't it show it? Oh, it's because sorry, yeah, Come of Age got peak. It got to number 1. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they had a number 1 album. Yeah, Come of Age had a number 1 album. That's really good in the official album charts. English Graffiti peaked at number 2. Damn. Uh, Combat Sports even peaked at number 4. Damn. And Pick Up Full of Pink Carnations peaked at number 3 at the start of the year. I wonder who beat them. and on June 2015. Um, let's have a look at that, shall we? Let's view that chart. Who beat them? Who beat them to number one in the album chart? Pff, an album from Will Young called 85 Proof. I didn't realise he released an album then. Mm. English Graffiti, even though it was new, it beat Taylor Swift 1989 album. Taylor Swift's 1989 album peaked at number one, and it went up one place to third. It was fourth, but it got beat by the vaccines. That's mad. Because it probably would have gone back up. That's pretty good. Mm. To be fair, that top 10 on the album chart is strong. You had obviously the vaccines, Taylor Swift, Mumford and Sons, Sam Smith, Brendan Flowers' solo album, Mad. Hozier, you had Ed Sheeran's Multiply album, The Chaos and the Calm by James Bay. That's a beautiful album. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Yo, 2015 was a banger of a year. Sorry for music. I'm just giving you the rundown of the top 40. So you had Royal Blood, self-titled album, in the charts, and that was a number one album. That's mad. I'm looking here. At number 36 was 21 Pilots, Blurry Face. They're at their third album, I think. It peaked at number 14. A Grammy Award winning album only peaked at number 14. I'm not hating, I'm just saying like this is mad. All these things. That's mad. Night Visions, Imagine Dragons was still in the charts at that because that came out what 2 years prior, and I thought that was a number one album. It peaked to number two. Fair enough. Um, the Balcony, Catfish and the Bottlemen peaked at number 10. That's a shame. It might have been the Ride album that got to number one. Um, we've gone completely off from what we were. Yeah, it's always funny just to compare. Like, oh, what did that do? So yeah, I'm pretty sure it got. Yes, that's so. So Wetsuit and Tiger Blood. Tiger Blood's a tune. I love that song. It's on the. Oh, it's not on this on the album. Where was it? Was it? It might. I think it was just an iTunes thing. That's a shame, man. Tiger Blood. Anyway, garage pop, surf punk, surf punk. That's a name. Anyway, we're coming up to an hour on the podcast. I wanted to run it for about half hour, but anyway, Hope you enjoy. We've reached an hour now. Um, I hope you guys enjoy the uh, the podcast. I'm gonna try and find a way to put suggestions and stuff on here, and I need to do album reviews. I did say I'd be doing album reviews in my trailer, but I haven't got around to doing that. I need to like sit down and listen to an album fully and then do something. So, but I'll probably wait now until an album or artist that I'm interested in mm. comes out with a new album. So I was going to do the Coldplay one, but it's been out for ages now, so it's pointless. So have a good weekend, and oh, end it. What can I end it on? Hey, what can I end it on? What can I end it on? I need to think of something. Oh yeah. If you were fans of them, if you were a fan of them before, what did you really expect from the vaccines, eh? Good night, everyone. Oh no, that's terrible. I need to end it on something else. I'm not gonna edit this. Hang on. Let me have a look at my bullet points. So I talked about the location, talked about support, the set list, other shows. Other shows for me. So I'm seeing. I've got an itchy toe. For the rest of the year, I think I've been over this already. Been going to see Kasabian next Friday, Cortinas in a couple of weeks' time. Seeing Sam Fender in Leeds, and then Slipknot in. Slipknot. So 4 more gigs for the rest of the year. So, and I've just had an email, and I think that's an anniversary thing. Congratulations on Weezer for the Blue album. It came out 30 years ago. I was going to say 30 years ago today, but no. Um, no, it was 30 years ago, about 5 months ago. I just had an email saying, it's just the anniversary of the album. Came out 30. Well, it has arrived. So yeah, go listen to it to all your heart's content. 'Cause Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be.